Ever had a fantasy of owning a humble blacksmith shop, making an honest living, supplying local villagers with tools and trinkets, and getting by on the sweat of your brow? That's not what this is. Blacksmith Master brings rampant capitalistic injustice to the Middle Ages. As you build your own metallurgic empire, you're basically the Switzerland of neutral arms manufacturing, outfitting everyone from lowly peasants to noble adventurers with deadly weaponry. Why does a priest need a club? It's not your job to think about that. Forge, smash, deliver. No questions asked. You'll have a retinue of smiths, assistants, miners, lumberjacks, and more at your disposal, and they will help turn your humble operation into an industrial revolution. This gives me long-lost tycoon game vibes. Plenty of choice and ways to stretch your legs and expand, and it drops realism in favor of being a bit mad. Let's take a look at Blacksmith Master. You'll eventually become a mogul in all things metal, but your operation will start small. Every item you craft and order you fill out allows you to advance through the tech tree, unlocking options and possibilities. While you may have good intentions of staying true to your roots, it'll quickly become apparent that it's easier for someone else to do all the hard work. Thus, hire some more smiths, take on bigger orders, and watch your little startup expand. The game is all about scaling up and growth. More workers means more orders filled, but it also means higher daily wages. It means more ingots have to be bought and your profit margins aren't getting any wider. So, you cut out the middleman. Don't buy your ingots wholesale, get a mining license, set up daily ore shipments, and smelt your own. Every little expansion adds another thing to think about. Rushing too fast means daily upkeep overshadows profit, stunting your growth. But filling out orders for merchants is only step one. You cut out the middleman with the ingots, why not do the same again and open your own shop? This is where the game steps into its own and fills out. You've got the workflow of creating weapons, trinkets, cookware, whatever, and then you've got a shop to manage. You gotta have a decent spread of items on offer and increase potential sales by upgrading item qualities, and then decorate the whole place to loosen up those purse strings. Everyone loves to see a fireplace and a few oil paintings when shopping. Makes them feel fancy. At this point, you've got your own endeavor. You can switch your smith's focus to churn out items to stock your shelves and drive traffic through your shop. But doing so means you aren't loading up those merchant carts and taking their coin. So, you can either pick a route or scale up again. It starts humble, but as that coin rolls in, you can really start pushing the limit on things. As you advance, you can unlock extra floors, get more workstations, increase your output. You'll unlock new metal types, and to keep up with that, you'll have a little factory running, turning ores from the mines into ingots of varying types and sizes. Then, you have to distribute them to where they need to go, hiring assistants to lug dozens of ingots up and down stairs and restock the smiths. Your workers don't ask for much. A living wage and a bench to sit on now and then make up the extent of their demands. If you like, you can probably treat them to a nice little break room, or just set up all the rest spots along the corridors so the slackers would get judged by those poor assistants lugging around sacks of solid iron. Passive-aggressive motivation, I like to call it. Every step in scale will up the workforce requirements, and a bit of careful management and allocation means that you can be confident in knowing things will basically run themselves. And that's something I like about the game. It doesn't demand your constant attention. It's the Factorio effect. You put the effort in when you set things up, but the goal is to have things running smoothly and automated so that you can turn off your brain for a bit and everything keeps going. There's a lot of things to fine-tune and optimize, but failing to do so isn't going to crash your entire operation. If you slap things down haphazardly and throw items on your shop shelves with no rhyme or reason, you're still going to make money and progress, just not as fast. There's a decent amount of things to unlock, with some systems coming in later. This is still early access, so we can expect more mechanics to be introduced down the line, but for a base level, this ticks nearly all the boxes it's supposed to. Saying that, if you are here looking for thrills and constant action, this ain't it. In a lot of cases, it is a very passive game. You can take control of workers and smith items yourself, but let's call it what it is, a novelty. You won't be doing it much. The game does not demand your constant attention, rather lets you put in as much as you want. You can constantly tweak things, or let the game run, coming back to make sweeping changes and scale up your operation when you fancy it. It fits that factory sim mindset of striving for automation and a smooth running operation, though it is a lot simpler than your Factorios or your Satisfactories. If you like the idea of those games and are worried about their complexity, or you simply want something to relax to and check in every now and then while you do other things, this fits the bill. It's got character and a real sense of charm, but most importantly, it is just good fun. It's not a constant adrenaline surge of excitement, but if you pick up something like this, you know that's not what you're looking for. This is a slow tick of satisfaction. And again, it's early access. For a baseline model, this is a good offering and ticks most of the boxes it needs to, though there is plenty of room for content and systems to come with time, which it will benefit from a lot. The game introduces a few systems early, but once you get your shop, that's pretty much the game loop until you get the trade routes further down in the tech tree, but even those don't shake things up that much. There's plenty of ways to grow your operation and expand, but a few more systems to engage with down the line would go a long way. As a package though, it does what it says on the tin, and I am keen to see where it grows from here. But let's hear your thoughts. Is this the first you're hearing of the game? Have you had your eye on it? Or have you already been playing it and come ready with an opinion? Any thoughts, questions, opinions, and everything in between? Drop them down in the comments. I'm here every Saturday along with all the other stuff on this channel, and I cover strategy games both big and small, so hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of that. But anyway, one final time, this has been Blacksmith Master, a charming game that takes me back to tycoon games of old, one that teaches the value of hard work and the more important and effective value of taking advantage of all your workers.